if you have been on social media at all these days, you probably hear the word detachment 10 times a day. Whether that's in the context of detaching from men, detaching from outcomes, to be more magnetic, to feel more peace within yourself, whatever it is, it seems to be something we're all seeking for right now. Yet it is one of the hardest things to do, am I right? We all understand it conceptually, but putting it into practice is so hard. Because I think we're all still inherently scared that if we do let go of something, that we're going to lose control, that it's all going to fall apart. Not realizing that it is actually the precise moment that we learn to let go where things start to fall into place and things will start working out. I've experienced this so much in my life that it is actually a sample set that is large enough now. Like, it is actually statistically significant. And as you guys know, I love to explain things in a more logical manner. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about why, one, attachment and desiring actually secretly blocks a thing that you want to bring into your life. And two, this is where I hope it'll bring you a new perspective that you've not heard anywhere else, why the power of detachment is exactly the same as the power of belief. And also, I've decided that I made this very important executive decision today that anytime I talk about detachment on this channel, from now on, I'm going to be bringing back this hockey stick, okay? Nothing has taught me more about detachment in my life than two things. One, men who don't live up to your expectations and break your heart. And two, a team of 20 men who don't live up to expectations and break your heart. So, this is going to be here to stay. In order to understand detachment, we have to go the opposite way. So let's talk about attachment first. Here, when I talk about attachment, I'm going to be equating it to desire. We're not going to argue about the semantics right now, but let's just think about it as a deep craving, a deep longing, a raging need or want for something. And so why is it that when you're in that state of deep yearning from something, you're not actually in an energy of receiving? You've probably seen some version of this, and this is the emotional frequency chart. The version that I like to use is David Hawkins' map of consciousness. You can think of it as emotional levels or frequency or whatever it is. Again, we're not going to argue about the semantic. On the lower levels, you would find fear, shame, or guilt, for example. But as you go up, you would find love, peace, joy, etc. Now notice this. Desire is actually a level on here. You don't usually think of desire as an emotion, but it is a level on here. And it is actually very low on the emotional scale. It sits right above fear, but just below anger and pride. Because at its core, desire carries the frequency of lack. I'm sure you've heard that before. The way you bring things into your life is by eliminating desire so that you can allow yourself to have. Because you cannot desire and have at the same time. Does that make sense? And this is where detachment comes in. So what is detachment? There are so many different definitions of detachment that people talk about nowadays. Like, are you cold? Do you not care? Are you supposed to just act like a bad bitch all the time? To me, it is very simple, and it really just boils down to one question. And the question is, do I believe that I will be okay if I don't have this thing? It doesn't mean that I don't want it, but will I spiral and crash out at the thought of not having it? Is my range of human emotions fully dependent on this thing, on having this outcome that I have deemed so important? Sure, I'll be a little disappointed if the outcome is not what I want, but I'm gonna be okay, emotionally okay, mentally okay, physically okay. Because the truth is, you will be. And I know some people don't want to hear this. I know that the literal words of letting go will actually trigger some people. Because like, oh, I was told to believe and just persist really hard. You guys, here's the thing about belief. Yes, belief is extremely powerful. Self-belief is an extremely powerful thing. I don't deny that for a second. Do that if belief comes naturally to you. If you are trying to force belief from a place of lack and neediness, then you are actually creating more resistance and you will drive yourself crazy. I have been there. Now, here's the most important part of this video, so listen closely. Detachment is belief. There is no difference between having a deep knowingness and belief for something and detaching from something. You always hear stories of people talking about conviction, right? I just had this deep knowingness that I was going to be successful. I just knew, and it happened. I just knew that I was going to marry him, and now he's my husband. And you also hear stories about people completely letting go, and dare I say it, even giving up. And the moment they let go and detach and give up, it falls in their lap. I was searching for love for so long, and then I completely gave up on it, and then it showed up. Belief and detachment looks completely different on the surface, but they actually create the same energy. Neither are forceful energies. So again, I like to say this a lot, but it's not the method. It's not the 369 method, drinking water from some cup and then doing some other thing. I don't even know what the trend is nowadays. Like, yes, I love vision boards, but it's not because you have a vision board, although those are fun and those are helpful, but that is not the common denominator. Correlation does not equal causation. Like, really think about that. What actually are the common denominators between detachment and belief are these things. You're saying this. You're saying, there is nothing else I need to do right now. I am not searching for something left and right. I'm not chasing. I'm not wondering where, what, how, why, when. I'm whole within myself and I don't lack anything. I am fully present and I feel peace. You stop holding your breath for something that is in the future and you start being present and fully enjoying the now. And from that state of non-neediness, that's when everything starts to flow to you. It really does. Because you've now moved from a state of lack to a state of having. So, for example, I kind of talked about this before, but when I started this YouTube channel, I could not fathom the idea of getting monetized within like 3 months or even like 6 months. And I know people are like, oh, you just manifest it and like just believe, right? And here's what I want to say to you guys. Like, I didn't know. And I wanted so badly to have this deep knowing, but I was at a point in my life where I couldn't have belief in a lot of things. I just could not conjure up belief in myself. And so I went the other way. I went the detachment route. And I literally said to myself, you know what, I'm just going to show up and I'm going to have zero attachment to expectations. I'm going to have zero expectation. It doesn't mean that I'm not putting in any effort to what I'm doing, but I'm putting in the work without attachment to outcome, because I knew that was a sweet spot of where the magic happens. And we got monetized in 3 weeks, and I say we because you guys got me there. Of course, there are areas in my life where I actually have a deep knowingness and belief and confidence in myself about, but it's in those areas of my life where maybe I haven't built up enough evidence to have belief yet, that I just try to let go and detach, because that is the path of least resistance. Both paths will get you there. You have to make the decision for yourself which path is the most appropriate in your situation. And as your repertoire, as your portfolio of evidence grows bigger and bigger for whatever you're doing, you'll naturally start to build more belief. So as I was saying earlier, belief can't be forced. It needs to come naturally to you. And here's kind of a practical way to look at it. Think about your energy. Every single one of us has a limited amount of energy to do things every day. And your mental energy literally is burning your calories. Every second you spend thinking about something that is outside of your control, that you cannot control, you are taking energy away from something that you could be using for something else more productive, that could be bettering your life. Lastly, manifestation works from intention, not desire. Intention is selection. It's identity selection. It's choosing something without desperate energy. Intentions are like light taps. You're hitting the elevator button once. You're not pressing it 500 times. Desire is like you are pressing the elevator button 500 times, trying to make it go faster. Do you guys know why all elevators have mirrors? It's so you can distract yourself while you're waiting to arrive on your floor. You can look at yourself in the meantime or think about something else. So set intentions, but then distract yourself with things that create meaning in your life. Like, start that side project. Think about ways to make more money. Find ways to be more inspired in your life, or just become a more whole person. Then, yes, here's the woo-woo part. Let the universe do the job for you. And I promise you that is where the magic happens. Let me give you guys another example. At one point last year, I set a very clear intention to meet more like-minded people. So people who are more creative, who are more spiritual, etc. I journaled about it once, and then I let it go. And guys, I kid you not, in the past few months, I've connected with new friends, old friends, acquaintances that I hadn't talked to in years in the most random and unexpected ways. And these are all people that share kind of the same values and mindsets and creative energy that I really want to learn from. And so no, we don't actually have to get wrapped up in like crazy affirmations and trying to control the how all the time. So now I hear people in the comments going, okay, but I got this thing when I was really obsessed with it. So again, correlation does not equal causation. This is one of my favorite quotes, and I've mentioned this on the channel before, but David Hawkins, the map of consciousness man, said, the way something comes into our life is because we have chosen it. It was the result of our intention. It has come into our life despite desire. The desiring was actually the obstacle to its achievement and acquisition. Intention, not desire. Again, thank you guys for watching this video. As you can probably tell, I kind of have a new setup, and that's because I moved halfway across the world in the past month. So I'm going to be bringing you videos in this new space. And also I finally made an Instagram because people were looking for me on Instagram, because I want to share more daily stuff with you guys, and also things that, you know, thoughts I have during the day that maybe don't need to wait until a YouTube video. So go follow me there. I'm also going to be doing an AMA at some point in the next couple weeks, so watch out for that. So I want to hear from you guys. And when I say guys, I mean especially the girlies. I'm going to be more active there. I will also put the handle in my description box for this video. Thank you guys so much.